What? It's Thursday night? Yes, it is. And I'm hiking. It's been a long absence. 4 weeks I missed. George, do you remember who I am?
Your name is I.
Yeah. So tonight, it's like August 3rd or 4th, something like that. Third. Right dead in the middle of the heat wave. Originally, they predicted over 100. We're out here, it's, I don't know, mid-80s. It's warm. So we were gonna do Mount Margaret. We changed our mind. We're gonna do Lake Margaret. So, get cooled off halfway through the hike. That's the plan. So, 3 miles, something like that, up to the pass. A lot of it in timber, which is why we picked this one today. Some of it in the open will be warm. But it starts out on an old road. That's where we are now. And we branch off to the trail up here in just a little bit.
A bit of a breeze, but it's a breeze blowing warm air on me.
It's more like a convection oven.
Yeah, convection oven breeze, that's what it is.
It's taking the cold air outside, cooler air, and bringing it in. And then I've got a couple other windows open, and there's enough grass in them.
All right, we're at the intersection with the Lake Margaret Trail. So that sign is over there. That's the way to Lake Margaret. That way behind me, right there, that trail, that's where we came from. So it came up from the trailhead. And if we were to go straight here instead, we'd go out to Twin Lakes. So it traverses around Mount Margaret and then drops into Twin Lakes. And it is nice. I mean, it's hot, but it's not as hot as they predicted. And it's I mean, we're sweating, but it's not really uncomfortable. And the wind is blowing enough to keep the bugs down. You know, and overall so far, I'm gonna give this hike a high grade so far. It's really nice. This is such a pretty area up here. But we've got those forest fires in BC, and this smoke is blowing down, and it is spectacularly hazy. I mean, sky is still blue, but when you look at the view, and when we get back out there, I'll show you the view. But I mean, you can see a ridge away, and that's about it. Otherwise, the smoke is, you can't see anything because of the smoke. It's kind of like we're in Montana. The smoke is so thick, the place is burning. So we're waiting. Got a couple folks taking their time in the heat coming up. So we're waiting for them to get up here. As soon as they get up here, down to Lake Margaret.
Quite often, but still, it's on a leash, and you're just walking down the sidewalk, and we only do have off leash.
Just making our way over the flat to Lake Margaret, and beautiful heather meadows here. And I'm expecting a view of the lake any moment. There it is.
Oh yeah,
There's Lake Margaret. Just really pretty little meadows on our way there. So we'll drop down and
where is this?
maybe we'll refresh ourselves in the lake.
You've never seen in your life.
You drinking that salt
It was
water?
just like you put your finger on a
Oh
hose.
gosh. Oh jeez. Drinking that salt.
Lake Margaret. We're not listening to Steve and Steve talk over there. And there, up there is Mount Margaret, right there.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, the one to the left. To the right, that's just a little spur ridge coming off of it. I've actually gone out to that and then come down to the lake before.
On that scree?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Tough guy.
Yeah,
He's
right.
a tough guy.
But it is pretty. And the fish are jumping, the bugs are biting, and it's nice.
And the bugs aren't biting the fish.
Steve is stripping. It's nice. Steve, how was it?
Well, it's a challenge with these horseflies.
Oh, they're after you?
Oh,
Tender
There goes
feet.
George.
Tender.
We've got Steve and Doug. They're going to do some synchronized swimming. Okay. And there's a double saw call by Doug. There is
First
a
judge, 6.5.
Lutz by Steve.
There's my toes.
And
Does that count?
now we're going for the Hamel Camel. And we're preparing for the dismount. Okay. This is what we call the bob.
Does I guess we have to get out in order to hike out of here, don't we? But I think my core temperature is now down about 10 degrees from where it was.
And now we're going to do the Michael Phelps Great White Shark Race with Doug and Steve. I'm swatting flies here.
That's a nice thing. There's no flies in the.
Okay.
So Thursday night, I'd say we have the lake all to ourselves, but I'd be lying. Damn horseflies are here. But it's just the 5 of us and the horseflies, and that's it, which is kind of surprising. Maybe people are turned off by the heat, but boy, that was just about the most refreshing thing in the world to go for a nice swim. And it's just so comfortable out here now. Nice trip. Just like that, we're back up at the pass again. Now the question is, what do we do from here? What do you guys think?
Go to the peak. I'm up for it.
Up for the peak?
Yeah.
All right. I'm up for the peak. Let's
Yeah.
do the peak.
I feel great.
Me and the Steves.
Yeah.
We're up for the peak.
Did you communicate to those guys, or are we gonna wait?
Didn't. Let me go communicate with those guys. Good idea. I like that. The summit. Nice. And yonder is Lake Margaret, our swimming area. And yonder peaks are obscured by the brown haze. And we're at, must be like 5,300 feet.
That's about right.
Yeah, and it's still, we're not above the haze at 53. Maybe about the worst of it.
You can kind
Let's
of see
see.
the line.
Yeah. So it's Rock Rabbit Lakes. I'm trying to remember what that one is. Lake Laura? Lake, no. No, I'm gonna have to look it up. All right, we're back at the intersection. This is the intersection where Pete said what?
He was going to wait for us.
And we're here and
No peak.
no Pete. So we've hollered, no answer. What do we do?
Head on down the trail and try to catch him, I guess.
He's not that way.
We know he's not that way. I hollered down towards
Follow
the.
down that way. And this is the only other way. So.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe the mosquitoes hold him off.
Yep.
That's entirely. Or the horse flies.
Or the horse flies with it.
Yeah.
Assistance.
alive.
All right, let's go see if he's down there. All right, so we're coming down into the haze. No. And the sunset. They are Smoky Mountains. Yeah, it's a brown haze. And you can almost see the top of it. Up above we could. It's Saturday morning, and as you can see, I'm not on Margaret anymore, I'm on Rattlesnake, and the air has not cleared. It's still hazy, and they're still saying for a few more days. But the rest of the story on Lake Margaret and Mount Margaret, we got a little distracted, which is why I didn't give you an end. Because when we got down to the cars, Pete was not there. We didn't catch him on the way down, and he was not at the car. So we all turned around, went back up. We made a call to try and get a phone number for him. I made a call to the search and rescue deputy just to let him know what was going on. And we headed back up to see if we could find Pete. Well, fortunately, we only made it up the trail about a mile, maybe a mile and a quarter, and we ran into Pete. And it turns out Pete did not wait for us at the intersection, as we guessed, because he would have been there. He decided he felt stronger than he thought, and he would follow us. Only thing is, we decided we would just run up to the false summit and back down, not make Pete wait very long. So Pete traversed all the way around and went up towards the real summit. Of course, he got up on the ridge in between the two summits and changed his mind and went on up to the false summit. By then, we had come and gone, and we were probably down at the intersection and heading down the hill. So Pete came back down the intersection, no sign of us, so he waited for a long time there and then finally decided to come out. So one of those misconnections that are nerve-wracking when you get down and, you know, you started up the hill with 5 and come out with only 4. That's never a good day. And of course, we had just gotten off of a 4-day mission up on Mount Tenerife. They had a very happy ending. They found the woman and her dog, but it took 4 days to do it. So just on the heels of that, and then I come out one short on a Thursday night hike. So, but all ended well. We had our PHL. It was a good hike. And if you've made it this far through the video, I'll tell you, I apologize for the month of July, where I was traveling virtually the whole month. I had a week at a shot and never did get out on a hike that was video worthy. Did some running and stuff, of course. So anyway, back on, should be back on schedule now. So if you enjoyed the video, thumbs up. If you like them enough, subscribe, and you got a notification every time I send one out. Thanks for joining me for this one.